Sean Morris, nearly a collision there, and he's almost lost it. Look out, Sam Daffin. Yeah, last lap of 121.2. Oh, Andy Robinson spun it, we can see in the background there. Andy Robinson has spun the big Ford Falcon, and sideways there a little Max Scharfegger getting the tail hung out. There's a little bit of damage on the front of Kyle Wells' car there, the left front corner, the Vinner Sport car, and he's tagged Scharfegger. They're going off. Off they go into the gravel on the outside of the bridge section up towards Schwanzkirch. They just about managed to do so, I think. A lot of them hitting in the spray, and Grange has spun it. Round goes Piers Grange. Are they all going to miss him? Yes, he gets it pointing straight again. Good recovery by Piers Grange. Also struggling is Alan Breck in the Ford Capri, the 5-litre V8 engine in the Jägermeister livery car, and Martin Reynolds is off. He spins coming through Schwanzkirch. Again, a good recovery. That's a shame for Barry Simon. Oh my goodness, we've got a Mini upside down. Where is that? That's the number 20, Edward Crossley. The driver's out, he's okay. He's gained 4 places. Now here's a replay. Watch the Mini, he just slid off all on his own. The car digged in sideways into the gravel and over it goes. Showing a clean set of tyres to all the rest of the field. Can Tom Harvey get past? He's got a wheel on the grass there, Tom Harvey. Oh, he's going to enter into the gravel. How did he not spin there, Tom Harvey? What a save. For the first time, the McDermotts together into the first corner. Jack Chapman in the 1 car in 3rd place, and Riley Price, the youngest man on the grid in the pink and blue car, got 1 car into the gravel there. That's number 431. 1 races in the MG Trophy Championship organised by the MG Car Club. 3 wide there with Price and Chapman in the middle. Cole around the outside. He's going to run wide into the gravel. Goes out sideways. He cuts back in, and a couple of cars have to take avoiding action. There's the MGF. We just caught a glimpse of the orange car there. That's Simon Kendrick in the Tiger livery. Side by side, Matt Harvey under fire. There's contact, and these 2 cars are going to go off. The 33 car flies across the gravel. Let's hope he's not going to T-bone anybody as he comes back on. Doug Cole just misses him. That's the number 33 of Lewis Sharp. He first raced in this championship back in 1990. Oh, and somebody does a wheel on the grass. That's the 185. That's Ed Sharp. That's St. Cars scattering. 1 car going through the gravel there. Some damage on the front of Simon Kendrick's MGF there. That's got the front end stoved in. So did he hit somebody in that melee at the chicane? Simon Kendrick, the favourite for the MGF. And there's contact again there. He's been taken out by a ZR. Another one goes off. You can tell it's first day back at school, can't you? It's getting busier and busier in the midfield. 431 in there is Chris Lawson. So ahead of him is the number 58, which is Tony Wigley. Trying to get the cut back there through Redgate. He leans on the 33 and off into the gravel goes 101 Connor Lawson. John Cockerton has been given a 10-second penalty for an out-of-position start. Here's a replay, and this might be what happened to Oliver Owen, and that's where the debris came from. The second back in 3rd place with the fastest lap. Ian Bauer was 4th. Andy Robinson made it through to 5th, and there's a spinner on the last corner. Look out! Goodness me. That was Alan Breck who spun, and Melvin Hooker and John Cockerton just missed him last season. 1 car going out very wide there and almost into the barriers. I think that's Max Scharfegger. Let's see what Luca Maserati can do now. He's going to take the wider line. Kerr in the middle, Smith on the left. A spinner in the background. Oh, that's Patrick. That's Max Scharfegger again. Now side by side for 2nd place. They're going to fan out across the straight. They could go 5 wide for the lead here. Josh Salvadori didn't get the restart he wanted. Look at Ollie Smith around the outside. He's gone into the gravel. He's tried too hard there. That's cost him his chance of victory. Salvadori in the 2nd. What's going to happen here? They barrel their way into the chicane. Wells side by side with Maserati. They lean on each other. Wells goes out wide into the gravel. He's off into the barrier. He's not going to finish. And Lewis Stannard's going to win it. A couple of class championships in his ZR as well. And a spin in the background. That's Doug Cole. He's tangled up with Riley Price. Good save.
Out of copies they go. Marshall, I think's held on for now, but Petters may end up losing a place out of all of this.
Oh, and that's a big sideways. And this battle continuing on between some of our class leaders. Oh, and there's contact there. That's the number 3 Ginetta and the number 68 Team Brit McLaren. Nick Casey just clipping the back of Aaron Morgan. I think one of the Seat, the Seat Super Copa of Chris Hayes. Oh, and Johnny Molem's in trouble. Indeed he is, into the gravel at Stowe Corner. What happened there? That looked like either a brake or steering failure to me. Looks like Sandro Proietti's old car. Oh, there's contact there, Ethan Sparrow and Chris Yates. They bounce off each other. They've kept it going though. Into third position, into Stowe corner for the first time. Play up the inside there, past a couple of the Formula 3 cars. Spin there for one of the Jedis. Simon Major under fire from Medeiros in the number 3 and Harry Barton in the number 11 up there as well. Oh, and one car sideways, that's one of the team. Brit McLaren's going off the 68, wallop straight into the tyre wall. Oh dear. The 68, that's Paul Fullick. And Bull's going to take the lead back again. Where did he come from there? Sparrow's gone through in a second. Oh, Nick Crispin's been tagged by Brian Heary. There's more contact. Heary goes off. Jones White goes off. Still line from Bishop by 1.5 seconds now. Horton is third, then Clues and Pryke. He battles all the way down the order, and there's contact there. A Jedi and a Dallara tangle up. That's at 68 and 95. MGF. Running mate of Simon Kendrick. Lee Sullivan sliding up the inside there. That was a daring. Oh, he's tagged Jake McDermott, who goes sideways. Matt Harvey just avoids him. Amazingly, they've all missed him there. ZR's coming past him. There we see it from the other angle, and that was Tony Wigley going across the grass to avoid them. Jonathan Candler in the other. Here's a replay of Jimmy Works' problems for earlier on. There he goes. He got a long way off on the outside. Round he went. Sam Nicolaou under pressure as well. And again, Harry England runs wide there. I think his tyres have gone off. And they come together ahead of it. Oh, that battle's come to a head. Well, you've been able to see that coming for several laps, haven't you? Will Buck tangles up with the number 90 of Jake Redford. Range looking good out in front. Willis in fourth place. Martin Reynolds down to fifth. And there's a tangle further back. 2 cars off. Rob Taylor's Ford Fiesta and Byron Aldous in the Corrado have gone off at 30. A bit of contact there. So we are underway. It's cars sliding all over the place on cold tyres. It is Jack Riddell who leads ahead of Jake Hewlett. And Dave Marshall is in third position. Oh, a tangle there. Liam McGill. Francisco Howitt's gone around. Look out. Wallop. Harry England has hit the spun car of Francisco Howard. I think that was cold tyres, as it is a cold day here at Brands Hatch. Unfortunately, we've got a number of cars in, so they're sliding all over the place. Harvey Caton goes off. Well, they're just about going to make it round the first lap. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. There's another one going sideways. That's Gary Townsend. There's more cars going off. The 495 of Mark Hughes has tangled up with, I think that's Charlie Constable, the number 6. Take a look at one or two moments from that race. Well, there's where Matt Wilkins picked up the damage. He tangled with Liam McGill. Francisco Howitt spun and got collected by Harry England. That's put Harry out of the race. Louis Austin's got ahead of Ollie Smith, and a tangle there. Leon Holly and Joe Wood have tangled up, and just avoiding them on the inside. I think that was Tim Leonard in the green car. Jake Swan came flying down the inside there. That was spectacular. We've got a spinner. Lee Williams in the red Jaguar Mark 1 there has spun it. Then we've got Jake Hewlett in fourth position. Bit of a lock-up there for, I think that's Francisco Howitt, and that's Adam Parker running wide, I think, in there. So maybe it wasn't him who got the delay at the start. It may have been his teammate, the number 14 of Aidan Mitchell. That's number 90, Jake Renshaw off. Field charges its way through Surtees towards Clearways for the first time. Now we saw a bit of incident on cold tyres. There's a tangle. That's Charlotte Birch that's gone around. Tangle with Adam Jackson in the 79. Up into Druids, he's got the inside line on Alistair Camp and Wallop. Who's that going off? That's Francisco Howitt off on the inside of Druids. That'll be a safety car if he can't get that going again. There's damage to the right front, so he didn't see the beginning of that. Mark Chollerton's on the grass on the inside in his Mark II Escort. Good to see Nick Williamson in the Rover ST. One's back out and a spin there. Carl Shreve spun the Dolomite. He's gone straight across the pack. Goodness me, how did they miss him? Through the gravel goes Phil Waller in the Hillman Avenger. He saved it as well. My goodness, what a start. Watch Carl Shreve, the blue Triumph there. Mark Chollerton was on the grass on the inside. And the Triumph, yeah, no contact. He just loses the back end. Chollerton had to anchor up. He goes around in a cloud of tyre smoke. And how the pack missed him. They couldn't see him for that tyre smoke. I don't know how that Triumph didn't get collected. But this was the incident further up. You can see the dust there. Mark Thomas's Capri went through the gravel at Paddock Hill Bend. And as he came back on, he must have collected Mark Chollerton in the... see if we can see it again. The Capri in 5th place. There he goes. He loses the back end. Very easy to do. The car goes very light there. He ploughs through the gravel as he comes back on. wallop. Oh, that is some impact. A nasty accident there. Excellent from Will Abraham. So the BMW 1 Series has been seen in British touring cars in the past, and a spin there for Tom Law in the 777 car. Is he going to avoid the barriers? Most of them go flying through behind. A couple of cars up on the curb there, getting sideways. The 34 car has lost it. Round he goes into the grass. Thankfully nobody near enough to tag 34 Toby O'Reilly as he goes around and around and around into the infield. Up on the curb goes Ethan Hall. Dan Lavery nearly spins. Oh my goodness, and there's almost a tangle there. James Dunn just about saves it. Let's have a look what happened there. The cars came through the chicane, watched towards the back of the field. Sherry Ann Powell, car number 42, the Orex competition car. Possibly a bit of contact with Bailey Roberts, which sent her sliding off. She almost saved it, but then wallop into the tyre wall and the Recticel barriers on the front. Just missed Jo Wood there as she came across track, and Lexi Powell getting through at the back of the field. Bit of a lock-up there from Nathan Williams. Oh, Harvey Kersley loses the back end of the 88 car. He's going to have to go over the grass to recover it there. And a spin there, that's Max Papworth. He's got caught up with Matthew Watson and a couple of others. One of the car goes over the grass in avoidance. Still to go. Here's a battle into the chicane. Spencer Hirons contact with Gary Hobbs, and they spin out. Here's the incident for Tim Prince, and there was no contact with Simon Smith. He just lost it there. News on that. Dom Gillies throws it into the complex, so he's out, breaks up, and Neil Hurren spins. Look out! Oh, goodness me! I think Dom Gillies just clipped Neil Hurren there. There's 7 of them together. Kyle Wells has been slipstreamed. He's dropped back 3 places. Butler's got the lead back again, then Salvadori, Maserati. Oh, Ollie Smith, a bit of contact there. Mind the tyre wall, he just avoids it. What a lead battle we've got. Wilf Butler with a sensational move out of Church Corner to take the lead back again from Josh Salvadori. Leads the way. Maserati third, going with it. Oh, there's more problems further back. Out goes Louis Austin, out goes Max Scharfegger. I think Kyle Wells with there's more cars over the curbs in avoidance there. Bailey Roberts. Sherry Ann Powell is rally crossing across the infield and rejoins in just the right place. Didn't collect anybody. One problems there. Heller and Duffel have tangled up. Well, you can see that coming, couldn't you? Right from the complex. The driver changes, incidentally, are coming up on the timing screen, so we know who's in the car and when, as we see a spin further back into the tyre wall for the 220 car. That is Andrew Partridge and Simon. Oh, a spin there. That's the number 6 car that's gone. Simon Murray and Darren Millwood. Slightly wrong at the crossing, and this is Mike Broadway, losing the back end of the Jag as he put the power down out of Brooklands. Here's a replay of a bit of an incident at the right-hander at Brooklands. That's the 215 of Reese Lawson, going with them in the 46. Let's have a look at that again. As the cars ran wide, they came back in, and there's the contact with one of the Team Lion cars. Up towards Senna for the first time, and he's sideways again. Oh, he's going off. Cold tyres, I think, catching out Ian Thompson there, and he spins into the grass. Let's hope he doesn't swing back into the pack there. The battle for second is going to go right to the wire, and bash! Contact between the two, they both go off. They're both off onto the grass. And Alec Graham, who's in the car, started by Andrew Ball. Oh, and a spin out of the final corner. What's happened there? That's the ECAS car. Brian Heary does get second.
He's having a little bit of memorabilia with regards to all these older machines out of the circuit. It's so great to see it evokes memories. But there's one forward up the inside of another. That's the Escort diving. Oh, goodness me, as that is a big moment under braking there. Midfield going line of stone for now, albeit a bit of a sniff there from what is Wabba tries a little bit further back. I believe that's the Volkswagen Scirocco of Croft trying to look for an opportunity. Ooh, car round, and well, everyone taking the base of action here, including the Toyota MR2. Breathing room to coexist on the outside of Brooklands corner, and well, he's going to try and get all in, and here he goes. He's going to go for it into Lovefield this time. He's sized it up a few times. Oh, goodness me, there's contact between the two, and it sends Snippers out into the grass, and we'll both try to have fight turn number 1 now. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Salvadori doesn't know which horse to back here in this race in turn 1, and well, nearly decides to go all the way, but there's contact between them, and they get held out wide. They both run out wide there.
On the opening lap of the race, they come across the line, absolutely tied together. It's Renshaw, the race leader, by the narrowest of margins as they head for... Oh, that's Harvey Caton, and that's a big problem.
Wow, that's a sump that's been cracked and oil must have gone all over that exhaust. That looked like a flash oil fire. What a disaster. Is this oil going to catch anyone out as they go into cops?
Well, let's hope not. There is a
Yellows.
yellow flag, no surface flag down, interestingly, but the leader is off! The leader is off! Renshaw is off on the oil, into the gravel. Sorry, Hewlett, excuse me, off almost into the gravel, gets the car stopped, but that had to be that oil.
Jinx tries, looks the inside, but Kerr sees it coming and says, no, you don't. I'm going to make this turn absolutely abysmal for you. But meanwhile, that is Maserati there with what is Wells, and as Wells looks inside, takes the grass, it's contact between the two, and they go sideways. As we continue to focus on what's happening on our screens, meanwhile, well, our two leaders can push it on. Was all big contact there between what was, I believe, that's the number 20.
Josh Bromley getting properly stuck in round the outside of Hewlett. This is for 7th position for Josh Bromley. That's where he finished the race earlier on today. Oh, leans on Hewlett, a tiny little touch, but that's all it takes.
I've already had what is the 33-4 a bit further away, but the 24 of Charles and the 30 McMahon enjoying their little fight as we do see all the leaders come through, and a spin there, and well, McMahon had a spin earlier on, I believe, or was close to losing it. Williams may have had a slow start, but now he's got himself engaged. 3-4 wide there further on back, as that's a big switch back being moved there from the Kersey Motorsport machine. There's a tap, it sends it one way, then the other. Does he get into control? Yes, he does. He powers through it. But coming in to that left-hander then for Hamilton. We're coming back a little bit further up the field. Our TCR leader there, the number 7, making some early progress, at least in the overall field. Oh, goodness me, and that's why the Team Brit cars are around. That's the 38, the one that was in arrears.
Bod Buckby who led them away because Rick Wood's car bogged down so much off the line. You can see him struggling to get the power down. Derry Davies tries to cut in, and the Volvo just got squeezed between the Darien and Simon Alloway's Lotus Esprit V8. They're heading towards the first corner now. Who's got the lead? It is Bod Buckby in the Caterham. Look at Derry Davies around the outside in the Darien. The two BMWs together for third place, and it's the Darien that's got the lead around the outside at the banking. There's a spin there for Duncan Auckland in the Grand National Coupe up at Rockets. Come through the left-hander behind the black Darien, and there Derry Davies hit the side of the Caterham. I saw some smoke. Yes, Davies locked up and went into the side of him. That's what happened. Here's a replay of the Golf. That's 138 Gravely spinning at Rockets. Look out, Rob Phillips. He just missed him there. I saw a bit of there was a bit of contact there. Yes, there's the Darien. That's what happened to the Darien. Alid Dart got forced onto the grass. Contact with one of the BMWs.
And that's going to be Smith. He takes one, he takes two, and suddenly Smith in the number 80 moves into third. It's brilliant opportunism, but it's too wide coming out of the corner. Oh, goodness me, and they're making contact, they're rubbing, and as they head on down, well, I think right now the stewards will frown upon that one. There for a brief moment, at least what we're seeing here, but I think we are seeing the replay. And here we go then, coming down to Tower Corner. What happens? Oh, goodness me, the car just sipes to the left and goes straight on. Now look at that front right tyre. Was there a bit of suspension failure there? Because that front right definitely was not pointing in a happy direction.
And brilliant stuff from Jamie Pettis, who was second but no longer. Renshaw's back to second, Bromley to third. In fact, Bromley might be going up the inside of Renshaw for second as they turn into Tower.
Ooh.
Oh, sideways further back, that's Harry England around, back into the track. Hopefully they all miss him. I think they will, with one or two having to take to the grassy and avoid it. They're still debating third, but I think Hewlett should come out of that ahead. He's got the inside line into the right-hander at Hawthorne. That's Adam Parker, is it going around? Gathers it together nicely, but that looked like cold rear tyres to me.
I don't know if he got tagged, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Revs are up and away, and this time Paul Rankin doesn't move at all. Let's hope nobody hits him. He was slow off the line first time. At least he got away on Wallop. Oh dear. The 7-7 of Max Prentice, the Civic, has gone straight into the back of him. There was another car, I think it was the Clio, that is collecting. That'll be another red flag. And the pack moved off. And at first it looked as though everybody was going to see him and avoid him. But Max Prentice unsighted in the Honda Civic towards the back, and bang! And again, then took another impact from the MX-5. Lifted the Honda off the ground. A big accident there.
And that joker applies to a single round of the championship, with each and every race being a round, and that's going around. And well, we said earlier on about our number one driver Steve Parker having misery this season. And I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, can he get it going? Yes, he can.
But line of stern coming into Lodge, I'm surprised there's been no big overlaps, but there is at the back wheel. Butsy there. Oh, and that's going to be out the gravel. He'll get away with that.
That's Howitt, I think, isn't it? Yeah, Disco Howitt. Go on, plant the right foot, but not too hard. You don't want to spin the wheel.
What that little squeeze was towards the white line, I'm sure he... Oh, that's not going to end well. Oh.
Birch, my word, that was close. Did well to get the car stopped there, Paul.
Oh, she really did. Fair play, Charlotte. She'll be breathing.
There was a second car that seems to be carrying some damage there, so we'll try and get to the bottom of that if we can. Got just under 9 minutes to go.
Oh!
Hewlett off the road at Druids. There, and he's into the barriers as well. Jake Hewlett lost the rear into Druids. That's the corner Dave Marshall was talking about after qualifying.
The circuit, she again would rejoin. Jake Hewlett then from 4th place had a big lose at Druids, bounced off the tyres, did remarkably little damage to the car. He eventually finished 11th, just 1 place away from the reversed grid pole position.
If it's too soft, so a real quandary for the team setup wise right here, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Some of these... Oh, that's a big sideways. Big sideways.
Oh
no.
Again, a second car in the fence, and that's the danger of the barrier being damaged and dislodged. Now, that was Harry England, was it maybe, who's been off, I think.
And then it was Modro who led the rest of the field and through. And then Louis Dobson making his way sideways one way, then the other, and finally getting it back together. Brilliant car control there after it all went wrong, and this is where it did go wrong for Dobson the second time. This time, however, he couldn't stop it from going to the gravel.
Just out for a really good result. He's got the championship contenders behind him, and Liam McGill is starting to hunt around. If that commits to the inside line of the hairpin, can he get it stopped? No! Goes straight on. Camp sees the chance to get the switch back, and Liam McGill does well, in fairness, not to lose another place.
This is looking awesome. Oh, don't go around the outside.
Oh.
Big slide between the two teammates. Swain.
Oh no! Camp is off! Alistair Camp, the championship leader, is off, and it was contact, I think, with his teammate Wes Swain.
Salvador will be thinking, am I getting ahead of him and going faster, or is he now just backing off? And the mind games start to play. Oh no! And that is coming down off of the apex there of Islops, and that is a damaged suspension. Look at the front left there. Here's the replay of what happened to Butler, and in the end, oh goodness me, just hitting the tyre stack, turned in too early there, trying to get an even better run. It's a strong defensive drive from Wijatunga into the opening corner, but already moves are being attempted there, and we can see the number 91 trying to go around the outside a little. Oh goodness me, that is a big run round and turn around there for the number 80 of Foster, and somehow he's still pointing in the right direction. At the head of the R50 pack is Dalglish, ahead of Wijatunga. Then it's McFadden who's up the inside of him again. Then we do have a tuck there, that's very sideways, and that's going to be the number 25 of Little.
Front wheel drive saloon type cars behind. Nick Casey up the inside is going to take Callum Bates in the BMW into the complex. That's for 13th overall. Nick Casey started quite a way down on the 10th row of the grid. As I say that, he spins coming out of the complex. Chris Bingham under fire from Nathan Wells in the BMW GTR for 3rd. And Mark Skeets in behind completing the top 5. Oh, and a collision there. That's one of the Ginettas and the treble 8 BMW. It's Marco Anastasi has clipped the treble 8 of Andrew Dorber. It was confusion, I think, over whether it was a green flag lap or the start of the race, but the red lights had come on, and then several cars went for a spin as we went into the complex. Malcolm Scott was one of them. The 93 of Mark Harrison on the left there was another. Formula 3 number 83 there. He's had a cracking getaway. Number 93, I should say. Oh, we have got a tag. Oh, there's cars going everywhere coming out of Seagrave. Tom Wheatley is one of them. I think that's Chris Levy facing the wrong way. Side by side for second. It was a little further back in the order. There's the contact. William Lake it was who hit the side of Stephen Schweikart. I think that might have broken his steering. Then the safety car had to be deployed with Lake's car parked up at the side of the road. Did he hit the barriers as well? Oh, yes, he did. Yes, broken steering there. He couldn't steer out of that one, the number 4. So he's walloped the Armco. There is that spin. A little bit of bodywork went flying there as well. Jamie Sturgis in the older M535 just avoided him there. It's the last lap board being held out. There's Stuart Pywell. Not seen much of him in this race. In the green gold car. Oh, blows the engine. Goodness me. Stuart Pywell and spins on his own oil. That's a huge blow up. Here are our friends in the Coopers, Taylor and Aram. They've had a great battle all weekend. Taylor runs a little wide there. Oh, we're going to have a repeat of the tangle from earlier on. Aram nearly spun it. They make their way into the complex the first time. Line leads, Williams second, and there goes Malcolm Scott. He spun it exactly where he went off in race 1 earlier on when the rain came down, and hopefully he can get that car going again. There's no damage to it. David Jones didn't know where to go there coming out of the chicane, which side to be on. Kevin McClurg, as a result of that, slices past. No, he doesn't, he spun it. He was about to go past Felix Baggett, but he spins at the back in the spring, and it was Wilf Butler, Josh Salvadori and Lewis Stannard who shared the wins on that occasion. There's a tangle. Lexi Powell and Martin Wright have tangled up. Wright spins around. Brian Bransom in the orange BMW wants a bit of this as well. 3 wide into Redgate. May comes out on the inside. Oh, Nick Casey contact there with the Seat, the Cooper I should say, and Nick Casey left sideways. Let's hope everybody misses him through Redgate. Which is Lee Goldsmith, Jeremy Gus Burton, and more contact, and Casey again. This time it's the RX-8 he's made contact with. What is going on for Nick Casey in this race? Exactly the same place as earlier on. A couple of Ginettas making a bit of contact there, and off goes Stephen Frezzel sideways into the gravel and wallop straight into the tyre wall. Look at that. Big shunt there for Stephen Frezzel in the car he's he's just come in for his second stop. There's a replay of action down into the chicane and wallop. Oh dear, the Team Brit McLaren there, rather harpooned by Martin Addison. That was a late lunch from the Aston Martin. I'm told he's just been into the pit lane and come back out again because Brian wasn't ready for him. Oh, Nick Casey's off again. That's our championship joint leader. He's having a bit of a disaster today. Try and see again. Yeah, the car just went straight on. Something broke there on Nick Casey's car. I think either something broke or he had a puncture. Well, it's all gone horribly wrong for Nick Casey's Ginetta today, and he could be about to lose his championship lead. There he goes, straight on at McLean's through the gravel trap. Oh dear, oh dear. This is how it happened. He lunged up the inside into Coppice. He nearly took out the Clio and had to steer into the gravel to avoid him there. Now that was good avoiding action there by Thomas Franklin. He completely missed his braking point. Try and see again what happened. Yeah, just overshot the corner and into the gravel, and in a haste to rejoin, just bogged down. That's a shame for Lexi. She's had a fairly strong weekend so far. Play of some action up at Redgate. This was Lexi Powell just going in too quickly there over the gravel. That was her first off up at Redgate. She recovered that one. He's been with this series for a few years now. It is a series, not a championship. There's no points on these races, and that's the Callaway car off. That's at the Crater Curves. Whoops! They've tangled with the 51 car of Laurie and Whedon and stuck in the middle of the circuit there. There's what happened. It was a spin, and the 51 car spun in avoidance of the number 1. So that's what happened. There was no contact between the two of them. Just caught by our camera down at the old hairpin there. 51 is going again. Oh, there was the slightest bit of contact, well avoided there by either Paul Laurie or David Whedon on board. Side by side, down into... Oh, and Noah Checkley's lost it. Onto the grass he goes. A little bit of damage on the front of Sean Jones's car there as he makes a move to the inside. Whoa, he locks up there, he's going to lose it. He's hit the tyre stack. Look out, wallop. Oh dear. Well, we might not get to see David Whedon race because that's destroyed the front end of Paul Laurie's car. He's going to try and limp it into pit lane. Look at the state of that. Number 47 car, Sean Jones. He loses it under braking as he tries to take Roger Owens. He spins into the tyre stack, and Paul Laurie unsighted. Bang! That was a big impact. Straight over the front wheel. Starting order at the moment, not really grid order, because... Oh, we got... Oh, the... leading car has spun already. That tells you how wet it is. Mark Cunningham has spun behind the safety car. He's got it going again. Yeah, the back end just goes around. Very easy to lose the rear end on a 911. That's the Porsche 991 Cup car. Oh, there's some contact there. That's Steve Laidlaw and the May Skeets Ginetta coming through Palmer. Now they saved it from spinning there, and they've got away with it.
And there we have it, McGill from Campbell, and that's drama behind, and that is Spencer Stevenson tapped into a half spin, runs wide, rejoins, but deep in the pack, that pull could have been a lot worse.
He's doing a sterling job, as he's a great camera angle, that just showing the difference in line. And there's Pettis, and I talk about difference in lines. That was amazing stuff, Jamie there.
Yes, Ollie Smith. Oh, he's got in too hot there into Williams. Good save. They door handle together as Smith tries to rejoin. They both slide wide onto the grass. Ollie Smith goes all the way off down the grass verge. He's rally crossing. Couldn't quite see on the grid. And look, James Janicki, meanwhile, has caught Piers Grange and the Skyline going for the lead. And off goes Joey Binks. Now, that car looked like it had a front wheel missing to me. Group 1 Touring Car Champion superstar by Neil Philpott in the Mitsubishi. He has shot through into third place, and the SD1's going to spin out. Nick Williamson goes around. Look out, are they all going to miss him? Yes, thankfully they've gone either side of him. There was, of course, a Mazda 323 before in 1993. Patrick Watts drove that one. There's Alan Scott spinning out. And Anthony Unit's having a go at him. No, I don't think it's running at full boost, and he's got a bit of a bash up the back there. The Skyline's going to spin it. Oh, right in the middle of the home straight. He was clipped there by Anthony Units, and everybody else goes wide to avoid him. See it again here. There was a little tap there. Now, it's hard to tell whether it was that contact that sent him round, or whether, as Janicki tried to put the power down, he went around. But he was very, very lucky not to get some big contact there as the rest of the pack bore down on him into Village in second place. Are they all going to make it through A-OK? Looks like it. Oh, no, they're not. There's a collision there. Neil Clark gets a knock there. Great cloud of tyre smoke as he tries to rejoin. He has got it going again, but at the expense of his rear bumper.
And that build-up experience alongside a fellow pro. That's what it's all about. As meanwhile, it's all about battling here under braking. That's getting a bit too tight. That's an eager move, and in the end, that is going to send the number 11 of Barton very, very well wide. He rejoins. He'll gradually gain a bit of time, but here's what happened. It was the number 38 Team Britcar into Drury to rear the car and let go. I think through Watertown, had already gone loose through there, so didn't even make it to Drury before it went spinning out to the right-hand side of your picture, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. It was a big lock-up down under braking. Car went straight on in, and, well, the ABS not helping out there. And in the end, the car just going straight on. And, well, the car... We always said watch out for Trump, and he came up top. Trump's already on the launch. Paul Rodderson, meanwhile, has had a very slow start. Car around there. Ooh, careful, everybody. They all slide one way there. Oh, no! That's all gone wrong, and that's a couple of our Peugeot 206 is being collected in the chaos and carnage as the Castle Carpet Renault Clio there. Definitely right in the scene in the instant. Well, the 381 car there came into the scene, got tapped on the rear, but went to the grass, and meanwhile the Peugeot 206 to the right. But in the middle of it all, it looks like that as everybody was fanning to dodge the wayward and rejoining Renault Clio, the Peugeot 206 in particular, all got caught on each other. Well, Max Scharfegger's up into fourth place. He's had a brilliant start as young Max, heading into the braking zone now, where he's got nicely ahead of Oliver Kerr. Kerr has fallen all the way back to fifth. Oh, that's gone around there for Wood, getting a little bit tight on the apex curve coming into his laps, kicks the car around, and now rejoins, but side by side here. And, well, this is a staggered formation, where one would think we're talking about football here, given the way it's, oh, goodness me, and, well, very quickly, that's a foul as they make the way through the corner and onto the grass. They head up towards, hold up a second, there's the Blueberry Muffin machine. Oh no, it's into the gravel, and that's at Shell Oils Bend. It's beached as well. That happened to none other than the Blueberry Muffin machine, and there it is. Oh, goodness me, into the gravel and almost onto its roof there for Yates, but in the end self-righted itself, but went straight on by looks of things, and I can imagine probably slid under braking sideways towards Shell Oils, one by mistake, one by intention, and the Honda now moves into lead. And right now, as that's a big mode, oh no! He gets it all wrong there, just taking a bit too much grass on entry into Britain's, and Croft bounces over the curb. 58.808. Meanwhile, Halliwell at 58.769. So close but not close enough, as that's way too close under braking there between our second and third place runners in 206 Cup. They do scatter sideways, and will they wait now to potentially get themselves back up to speed?
So the marshals attending Martin Wright's car. Try and see again what's happened here. Yeah, he's lost the back end of the car. He got tagged by, I think that was Tom Algar. Leon Holly went through the gravel in avoidance. Look at that. Holly's car bouncing its way like a rally car over the grass there. See in the background here Martin Wright go off. And watch for Leon Holly as he goes over the grass. Look at the air his car gets there. Goodness me. Jaguar D-types. Oh, there's a tangle at Druids, and Paul Rodison had to go off in avoidance there, I think. That's Liam Turnbull's Fiesta facing the wrong way. I'm not certain what's happened there. We'll have a look at a replay here. Oh, Rodison up the inside on Andy Wilmot, and yeah, he just missed his braking point and hits the back of the Fiesta. So Andy Wilmot going to the outside, Rodison...
But Davy's just not been able to capitalise on that.
He certainly hasn't, no, they're so evenly matched towards the front of the field.
There's carnage, yes, around has gone a car. Spencer Stevenson, I think, spinning at 30. Sorry, Dave, I saw that out of the window, and miraculously nobody else collected. This as a proper last day at Schoolfield. Jack Riddell is off as well.
Is Ross going to hang on around the outside? Will Buck trying to fight back as well in the number 25. Terrific fight going on in the minor places. Great battles everywhere you look, and all they come together. Off goes Graham Ross, and he's over. Oh no!
Oh, that was so unfortunate. A tiny tangle with Will Buck, who look has spun at the top of the hill as well, and they just got locked together. They couldn't get away from each other down through the dip. Very aware of the fact that we have time constraints to be thoughtful of. This is what happened. Look, Will Buck tries to follow Jake Renshaw through on the inside at Paddock, and they just touch. They both get into a slide. They get tangled together. Really unfortunate. That wasn't particularly anybody's fault, I'd say, and as the car goes in sideways, it digs in and rolls over. It hopefully won't have done too much damage, as you said. Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, just the tiniest of touches when the car is fully loaded at the top of the hill. From there, they were both passengers.
Yes, just the slightest bit of contact there, and poor Graham Ross, but he's determined to make up for lost ground. Don't forget it's double points this weekend. 50 points are in, and off goes Martin Wright, exactly the same place as he has got going in at the back of the field. Let's try and see what's happened. He may have yes, he did bounce off Ollie Smith there, coming into Paddock Hill Bend in the lime green machine. Oh, and a tangle there. That's the Powells that have tangled together, Lexi and Sherry Ann. Sherry gets it going again. Good recovery, and Tom Algar has to go off down the grass in avoidance. He was heading for the old rallycross course there. Through Druids down towards Graham Hill Bend. This is where De Claudio nearly slipped up a couple of laps ago. He gets it right this time through. Andy Wilmot doesn't though, he's all over the place. Nearly loses the BMW Mini, and Chris Bassett will go through. Wallop, they've collided, and hopefully Chris Bassett is going to be able to save that. No, he isn't, he spins around. Oh dear.
4 of them are going to go forward, West. This is proper stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is for Wes Swain. Possible. He's been turned. Oh, Cam sideways. He's on the grass. He's coming back on. No, into you. And up goes McGill. Off goes Liam McGill. The championship leader is off the road. Can Alistair Camp continue? Is the FM2 too badly damaged? He gets going, but Liam McGill, I fear, might be out of the race.
Close as other drivers were getting on with it. What happened there? So where's Camp? He gets Hewlett again. Does he get tagged? Bang! Oh, does he get tagged? We don't know, but it did look a little bit like Hewlett may have just lent on him a bit.
McGill in the background going very slowly. His car is clearly a bit of a handful. Stevenson to the inside of Bromley, who left the door open in fairness, then tried to close it. There's contact between the two of them. Peters could be the beneficiary here. Bromley's in the gravel. Oh, what a shame.
For the first time, Ian Bowers BMW, the Castrol livery car, second. David Farrow is in third, and there's a collision there. That's one of the ZRs getting involved, and he's been walloped by another ZR as well. One of the BMWs was involved as well. There's a rather bent ZR. It's the number 431 car of Chris Lawson. Look at the state of that. And again, Chris Brown making a bit of a nuisance of himself. It has to be said there. He's not moving out of the way for the quicker cars, but then again, it is a handicap race. They're all over the place into Druids. There must be fluid down there. There goes Steve Walton. That's our leader. That's the leader on handicap, has just spun it. Neil Gardner's just gone wide. There's fluid down, I think, going into Druids, and that might be the reason why. Tim Evers has stopped on the run down. Yes, look at that. Look at the fluid coming out of that car. Of the pack fighting it out behind them. It's penultimate race of the season for the OT Publishing Coupe Cup. Oh, we've had a tangle at Graham Hill Bend. Off goes Ben Wilkinson. Off into the grass has gone Harvey Kersley in avoidance. It's Colin Vandervelde also drove that car. The original Triplex Capri is currently under restoration, and Ian Bauer into the back of Anton Martin. Ian Bauer spins around, completely missed his braking point there. Gets it going again. It's not Ian's day. A penalty in race 1, a spin in race 2, where you had sports racing cars, Rover Metros, and even a pre-war Bentley all in the same race. Yes, whoa! Anthony Yunis, no, Anton Martin came up on the A35 a bit unexpectedly there, and he's cut right across the front of Ian Bauer. That could have been nasty. Adam Jones has got the lead though on the inside in the 43. That was a poor start by our pole sitter, and is that Hurren? Oh, he's been bumped wide again. He's got no luck at all today. Mark Eels up into second place. Dan Fletcher nearly harpooned in the back end. And Nathan Williams sent sideways. Contact with Hurren. Zaki cuts to the inside though. He's very quick indeed, is Hazim Zaki. He's going to try and go past both of them on the run into Druids here. How late can he be on that? Oh, he's tagged Watson. Round goes the number 12. He's very quick but very forceful as well, is Hazim Zaki. He's proved so far. Who knows? Anything can happen in motorsports. Here on BARC TV, it usually does. Waiting for the red lights to come on then. The green flag is displayed at the back of the grid. The red lights will be on any second now. The revs will start to rise in these 1600cc engines. Hang on, we've got a problem at the back. Jeff Surrey in the 266 car with a last minute issue. Is he going to be pushed off the grid? I think he is. Oh dear. A couple of cars moving out of the way, I think, there, just to let the marshals possibly bump start Jeff Surrey. Yes, I think they've got him going. He'd stalled it there and the marshals had to bump start him. Let's try again. Our first race of the day. The green flag is waved once again for the Mini Challenge Club Sport with Airtech Motorsports. About to get their first of 3 races today underway. Will we see the red lights come on this time? No red lights at the moment. Is the clerk of the course not happy with what was just done there? We're not too sure what's going on here at the moment. No, Jeff Surrey's got the door open again. He still can't keep it going. I'm wondering if his clutch has failed or something. So Jeff Surrey clearly with a technical issue. He's going to have to be pushed off the grid, I think. See, he's got the black cross on the yellow background there. It means he's a novice. He's been bump started again, but I think that car's going to have to be pushed off the grid. We can't keep bump starting him. So he may be directed to start from the pit lane if he can start at all. The marshal's going to have to push him through the gate in the pit wall. So apologies for the delay to the start of racing then, with problems from one of our Cooper class cars. The gate is open in the pit wall right below our commentary box. And Jeff Surrey is going to be pushed through the gate into pit lane. So the errant car with those issues is off the track. Now, what's going to happen? Are we going to get this race underway now, or are they going to do another green flag lap? Well, the green flag is waved at the back of the grid.